You're listening to All India Radio Houston, and we are talking about the Sankara Eye Foundation. If you would like to join in the conversation, the number to call here is 281-745-4161. And we also want to hear from you because this is the first time we are coming to you live from a satellite location, which is going to be our permanent radio station plus our YouTube TV station. And we want to hear from you as how the audio is coming through the KULF 1090 AM radio waves, and we'll be continuing with our discussion. And let's talk about the Sankara Eye Foundation. How are they helping in India? How many centers they have, and how many people have they treated?
Yeah, so we have the basic outreach program in which people go out and go to the villages and have camps, and they screen people.
I see, yeah.
And then they bring people in the buses free of charge to the hospitals. And we have 10 total facilities. Eight are operational. 2 are being built in Rajasthan. There's one in Rajasthan and one in Uttar Pradesh that just came up. So we are not just concentrated in South India, but also in North India.
Yeah.
So, and we have these 10 facilities that give advanced healthcare, eye healthcare for.
And I was looking through some of the information on the website. They have like 1,000 free beds, and all the services provided at these hospitals are actually all free.
Yes, but the model is 70-30, right? It's a business model where 70% is free of charge, 30% is paid. So this is for people who can afford them. That's how the hospitals achieve self-sufficiency.
Do you get like state or I don't know what to call federal in India.
Federal funding?
Funding, not, I guess, national funding. Do you get state and national funding from the governments?
I don't believe so. I think most of our funding is
donations.
Donations.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for your donation. And as we go through, we'll find out. As I was doing research, I was fascinated to find out, and Rajendra, maybe you can expand on this. $100 of donation can literally bring a vision back to a person.
Right.
Tell us about this.
The thing is, one of the things we wanted to do with the banquet is that each person who is going to contribute $100 to the banquet, we want to make sure that most of the money is being used for eye surgeries. So the thing is, each $100 contribution is going to support 2 eye surgeries.
Oh, that's fascinating.
To attending the banquet. And I think we were putting a lot of effort to make sure that we have an excellent event, minimizing the cost, with the ultimate goal to reach the fundraising efforts so that we can support the bigger cost in providing vision to the people who need the vision.
That's fascinating. Just out of curiosity, how many free surgeries has the Sankara Eye Foundation performed since its inception? What, in 1977?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So we've had 15,000 camps, 3 million people have been screened, and 1.2 million free surgeries as of July 2014. So probably more by now.
That is fascinating. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are going to donate any money for any cause, I mean, this is a great cause to think about. If 1.2 million people have been able to vision, and there are 40 to 50 more million people who could benefit from each person's $100 donation, I think this is something that all of us can afford, and this is something we would recommend. And if you are not able to attend the function, but still you can make a check, Sankara Eye Foundation, and tell us your web address where they can send the donations.
So the thing is, they can go to the www.giftofvision.org.
Okay.
That is the best way to get more information. They can also do online contribution, and as Advait said, they can also call it, which is 1-866.
I see. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to All India Radio Houston on 1090 AM KULF Radio. I am Dr. Nick Nikam, and my special guests are Rajendra and Advait.
Yeah, not the easiest of all names.
Advait, and we are talking about Sankara Eye Foundation, a gala which is coming up on November 8th, 2014 at India House, starting at 6 p.m. We would like you to come and join us. The cost is only $100. As Rajendra said, most of that money is going to be going to provide vision for people with partial or complete blindness, and your $100 is going to make a huge difference in one individual I think it's probably the greatest feeling, the acceleration that you can get if you can do something for something, expecting nothing in return. I mean, that is the greatest service to mankind. That's what Zig Ziglar used to say. So, okay, let's continue with this. And the Sankara Eye Foundation does a lot of different other things, besides just provide care for patients in the hospital. You have a lot of different outreach programs. Let's talk about that.
The thing is, as you know, that and even Advait kind of mentioned, I think the biggest thing which we do is in terms of going out to the rural areas.
Yes.
The thing is, the main purpose of the outreach is that not people coming to the hospital, because people cannot come to the hospital because most of all the hospitals are in the urban areas.
Yeah.
So the thing is, we have a strong outreach program where we go to the rural villages or rural places where they can get all the necessary service. It is not only just the eye surgery, but it is also equally important to get the necessary follow-up care. So Sankara has a strong infrastructure, not only providing the eye surgery, but the follow-up care, so they can get the necessary help to take care of their visual impairment.
That's very good. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to All India Radio Houston. I'm Dr. Nick Nikam, and my special guests are Rajendra and Advait. And let me take a little break here and once announce that Hangama 2014 Mela is going to be held indoors. People were concerned about rain. There's an 80% prediction of rain today, but I see nice sunshine now, right? But anyway, this is going to be held indoors, so don't give up. Just go to Houston Durgabari Temple, and the function is going to start at 5 p.m. If you have any questions, you can talk to my good friend Sridhar Dodi. His number is 281-217-9736. And I also like to remind you that the Sri Sitaram Foundation is going to have Ram Leela 2014, which is supposed to be a free event, but it's already overbooked. So if you have registered, we would suggest you be in your seats by 2:30, because if you're not in your seats by 2:32, then your seats will be released to people standing in line to see this special event. And I would also like to talk about a program that is close to my hometown, which is sponsored by Indo-American Foundation here in Fort Bend County, which is Navratri and Sharad Purnima at Stafford Center on Cash Road, which is the new Stafford Center, starting at 7 p.m., where they're going to have beautiful music, dance, and competitions. Make sure you dress up well, because you may win the first prize for best dressed person. So these are some of the things that are happening in and around the city this weekend, and we are talking about the Sankara Eye Foundation, and more importantly, providing. It's not only just gift of vision; it's a gift of life. Because as I did a lot of research in preparation for this project, I realized that their whole life is like in a shell, which is so limited compared to the vast world we are exposed to just through vision. Huh?
Remember the thing we were talking about. The thing is, the eye is basically the connection to the whole world.
Yeah.
Eye is going to give you the feeling. Eye is going to give you the vision. Eye is going to give you. It is a link to all the senses. So it is very, very important that people who are curable, and especially like glaucoma kind of thing, I think they get the necessary treatment, because it is going to change their life. It is literally going to change.
Rajendra, you make a very important point, because as a doctor, you and I can see as how eye is the gateway to all other senses like touch, smell, hear, sound, feelings, emotions, and intellectual also. Because if you're a blind person, and if you look at a creature like a wasp or a roach, what are you going to do? But as a person with vision, you can think of 1,000 things related to every other sense. And that's what we are trying to provide them, a gift of a whole different new world altogether. That's got me so interested in this one. Okay, let's talk about some other things. How is this Sankara Eye Foundation able to support 10 hospitals, 1,000 beds, and over 1 million free eye surgeries?
The thing is, I think we briefly mentioned that I think the goal of each and every hospital with Sankara Eye Hospital is that we want each hospital to achieve self-sufficiency.
I see, yeah.
Within 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And the model which we are going with, it is 70-30, which is 70% we're going to provide free care, and 30% is going to be paid care.
Yeah.
And in the last few years, there has been significant improvement in terms of eye care, including some of the surgeries such as LASIK surgery. And some of the hospitals are providing that for the people who can afford it. With the money which is coming from those hospitals, we are able to provide the free care. So the thing is, this model is working really well, and I just want to let you know that there are already 2 hospitals which have achieved self-sufficiency.
Oh, that's fascinating.
They don't need any more money. They can take care of their activities really well. So this model is working, and I think we are so passionate about this model is that is because of this reason. This business model is a successful model because we don't want to ask for money again and again for the same eye hospital. Once they reach the self-sufficiency, they have the existing infrastructure as well as the money to take care of their services.
This is, to me, this is a great service to people of India, our own brothers and sisters. The gift of vision, as I said, it's more than a gift of vision. It's a gift of life for them to be able to appreciate the whole universe, just as every other person who has vision may not even know, what valuable asset we have. Okay, let's talk about some other things related to this. How many centers are here in the United States, or the fundraising or the promoting agents?
So our main office is in Milpitas, California, and then we have 4 other chapters, known chapters, recognized chapters, I should say. One in Los Angeles, one in New York, New Jersey, Seattle, and now, hopefully, we're hoping to kick off the Houston chapter with a banquet. And that's that. We have so many Indians in Houston, and it's almost sad that we don't have an active chapter here. So Rajendra is really pushing it. He's an active member. And there's Pooja. Again, I want to acknowledge them also on your show, Pooja. And then there's Raghu and Shankar.
Absolutely. It's always good to have a problem, because one of my great comedians used to say, recognizing the problem is 50% of the solution.
Exactly.
And we already passed that stage, and hopefully we can increase the awareness in the community about how Sankara Eye Foundation is able to support millions of blind people with a hope for a better and visible life. So let's talk about your gala. We got 5 more minutes left, and let's give all the information where people can sign up for the gala, or if they have a conflict on that particular day, where they can send, it doesn't matter. It could be $50, $100, whatever you want to give. I think that is absolutely fine, because this is what we are trying to do. If each one of your $50 can bring a vision to a person with partial blindness or curable blindness, I mean, that's the best $50 we would have spent compared to anything else we do in our lives. Okay, let's start with the...
Okay, the thing is, as I said, the banquet is a showcase where we can talk about in terms of what we have achieved, in terms of the surgeries. As Advait has said, Sankara Eye Foundation has performed over 1.2 million surgeries, and this is because of the contribution people have made in the last several years.
Yeah.
We have a strong, in spite of, even though we didn't have an event in Houston, there are people who have contributed to Sankara Eye Foundation, so we want to invite them to the banquet.
Yes.
And in addition to that, anybody who wants to make a difference in people's lives, especially by giving a vision, and this is a gift of vision.
Yes.
And I think I really want to encourage people to think about, this is a season of festivals. We're talking about Dasara, Diwali, Thanksgiving.
Everything is based on vision. Your Dasara, your Diwali, and all the things, your dress, your costumes, your lights, and all these firecrackers and all these things. The best way to appreciate is to have a vision. Without vision, can you imagine sitting there and celebrating Diwali? And what if we change their lives with a touch of vision?
And the thing is, if you're talking about a festival, Diwali is festival of lights.
Lights. That's right.
Is, this is a really appropriate time. The people can see the light, and there are people in India who cannot see the light. And so I want to strongly think about those things. And November 8th event is going to be a big event, so that they can contribute. I think the best way so they can contribute is go to the website, which is www.giftofvision.org. They can also call 1-866 Sankara. Locally, they can call me at 713-429-4520.
Just repeat that number, your number. So
713-429-4520, and they can email me at aparasu@giftofvision.org. So there are multiple ways they can do that. And the easiest way, like I think even if you have forgotten some of the information, just go to the website. Sankara Eye Foundation is a well-recognized charity organization, and it is a 4-star charity organization. It has been recognized by Charity Navigator, who has done, which recognizes in terms of their efficiency and openness and financial openness, and which is really, really significant. There are not that many charity organizations in the country who have received 4-star rating from Charity Navigator.
The 4-star rating consecutive for 2 years.
That's fascinating.
Which is only 19% of the charities in the United States have that recognition. So,
okay. Gentlemen, we just got a couple of minutes and we are talking, my special guests are Rajendra Prasu and Advait. We are talking about the Sankara Eye Foundation providing the gift of vision and gift of life to those people with preventable blindness. This is they're going to have a gala on November 8, 2014 at India House starting at 6 p.m. And those who are going to coming to the gala, you are going to have a treat. You're going to get an experience. You are going to be taken on a journey as to what the life of a blind person to experience, what donation you're making and what difference it can make in one person's life. Even if we help one person with preventable blindness, and if they can see things like we do, I think there's nothing that is more fulfilling in life I can think of for that $100 that we spend. We spend money for a lot of other things, but this is a great cause. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please join us for the meeting, and if you're not able to, you can donate. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and we'll get back again, and hopefully we'll have a house full for the Dasra, for the Sankara Eye Foundation Gala on November 8, 2014, starting at 6 p.m. The address is very easy, India House. We are just out of time, and we will see you next week at 10 a.m. This is the first time we are coming to you live from our own studio here, where we not only broadcast on airway on 1090 a.m., but it is also being simultaneously live video streamed to YouTube. And we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much.